Hi guys, and this is Alex, and welcome to another video. And today we are going to be talking about another indie game. Um, indie game. Today we are going to be talking about Dredge. Now, I played Dredge a while back when it came out, or actually not when it came out. I played it about a year ago. I don't know if that's when it came out, but I saw it and I wanted to play it. But recently I have revisited the game, and I did another run through, but I was looking back and I was thinking about how good the story was, how in depth it goes, the different how all the different things tie together towards the end. And today we are going to be making a semi-lore video, semi-opinionated video on what I think is maybe one of the best story games of all time, Dredge. Let's get into the video. So guys, if you don't know, Dredge is a I wouldn't say horror, but it is a thinking provocative fishing game where basically on the surface you just fish around, you have some fun, but on the deeper level it can be it's a lot more in depth, and the story is a lot more in depth. The reason I don't call it a horror game necessarily is mainly because the fact that it doesn't really scare you in the way that some horror games would, and it doesn't have traditionally scary aspects. I mean, it has spells and sea monsters, but it's not really what you think of when you think of scary things, right? Like, there's nothing jump scare or scary games. There's nothing jump scaring you. There's no um, well, I guess there is, but there's no jump scares or anything like that, like there are in most horror air quotes games. Um, but it is very thinking wise and thinking in depth into the story and what's going on. As you play the game, you're just like, okay, these certain things are happening. You'll start to have some suspicions about certain people. That was hard to get out. You'll have to have suspicions about certain people. You'll start to think about, who was this old mayor? What was he throwing it back to? Were the artifacts the one that we need to throw back? Who is the mysterious man? What is the connection in the married people? How do the notes fit together? How do the different islands fit together, right? What is this archipelago, right? What's really going on in this archipelago? And as you play the game more, what I thought is, I was like, okay, this story revolves around the collector in the mansion and his wife. That's what it revolves around. And coinciding with the mayor and the old mayor and that dynamic. And then I was like, okay, the lighthouse keeper is kind of threaded in there somewhere, and all the islands kind of fit in some way. And so as you go into the game more, one thing starts to become very apparent, and that is the kind of air of that this area has always been cursed and always will be cursed. First, you have the kind of end of the world cult, where the end of the world did actually happen for those people. They did all die. Their civilization is gone, sunken to the depths of the sea. Then you have another mangrove area, right? Planes. A squad during World War II or World War I, I don't know which, crashed there. Very unlucky, very cursed kind of thing. You have the other biome. All the scientists are gone. Big sea monster ate everyone, right? There's an entire civilization that is gone there, that used to be there. And then finally, you have the marrow, or not finally, you have the a town where a land what's it called? A avalanche took everything out and killed most of the people there, and a very simple dispute between the people. Sorry, my cat is doing some crazy shit right now. Anyway, so you have this error, and then there's all these different little missions, and there's these ghouls that you'll find. I'm gonna close my window. There are these ghouls that you will find that will want different things, and they'll eat the hearts, like kind of cultish, kind of like cultish. You'll find these different shrines that you have to do. Just a very air of mysterious kind of curse. And it doesn't really jump out. I mean, it doesn't really jump out to you. It's just something you start thinking of when you play the game. Now, for me, it happened when at the very end of the game, I did the secret ending. And when the mirror broke, that is when everything came together for me. Some people, it happened when they met the old mayor. Some people happened when, it's just the realization happened when they saw the collector, and see the collector at the beginning of the game, and they see themselves at the very beginning of the game where you're driving the boat. Now, that connection was made when I was playing the game, because when the mirror breaks, it is finally shown that it is a mirror, right? And as soon as you see that with your own eyes, you begin to go, okay, if that's the mirror, and that's broken, and all of these artifacts we've been trying to get, and almost all of these artifacts, actually all of them are, connected to the married man and his wife, and some things that the Lightkeeper has said and the old mayor has said start to connect. You begin to realize that the air of curse in the archipelago is because of either you or the artifacts that you had with your wife. And when you try to regain these artifacts, whether you lost them in your life or you lost them in a previous life, as it would probably be the previous life theory be better, because just air of curse you have through all the different centuries and such, and it's very odd stuff. Or maybe one life, because 3 of the places happen within the same kind of time period. Very old though, very old. Most of the things happened before that would have happened in your life. So the key is the book gives the artifacts power, which in turn allow for the end of the world. Now, the end of the world can only happen through using those artifacts to do a certain thing, as your character does in the regular ending, which is necromancy. Which is, he does that because he cannot move on and he does not realize what he is doing. He is seeing stuff, and he is seeing stuff because his goal is so intertwined with not letting go that is his only goal. As the player, you don't realize it. Almost like your conscience does not pick up on that. but subconsciously, in the back of your mind, that is the only thing you're going for. And the subconscious, in this case, is the story itself, is the actual occurrence of events that you go through. And for the most part, the odd thing about this game is to go to the end of the world, you are doing majority good things for people, right? Reuniting the brothers, right? Letting the PTSD war veteran move on. Helping him kill the beasts. Helping the replacing the end of the world guy because he's ancient or whatever. Saving little Morrow by giving them food, allowing them to eat. Helping the scientist with the sea monster, helping the local wildlife. And this all is intertwined together. And now we go on to the realization, the good ending, essentially. So, you go, you see the mirror, right? You realize that it is yourself. And in realizing that your subconscious is driving you towards this thing, your conscious takes over. Because through doing all those good things, you are a good person. You helped out all these people. And now it's just to realize that your subconscious, your subconscious's focus and unrest for an almost unattainable, which it is unattainable through the end of the world, through people suffering. Through that, you break away from that and you are able to let go. When you get all these items, you let go. You're finding a path to redemption, being, what is the word? Not to be burdened anymore, to be unburdened by this subconscious weight that weighs on your soul, right? Your wife has gone in a certain way that has very mysterious circumstances. And I'm just making this connection now. A lot of these sea games, such as the oil rig one with the British people, all connects to a woman. Just made that. So, it just obviously shows, the strength of women in lives. Anyway, final review. Dredge is an amazing game. I love it to death. So good. Even so much that I love it that I think it might be one of the best games, story-wise, ever made. Graphics are really nice. Very quaint graphics. Love that. Characters are really cool and complex. How they reveal the story is insanely masterful. I've only seen it in Dredge. Oh, I've actually seen it in Elden Ring. But this revealing of the story is better than Elden Ring. Story in general might be a little bit better than Elden Ring. Lore-wise, not better than Elden Ring. Story-wise, I mean, even though they essentially mean the same thing, the story is a lot more simpler to realize in this game. Elden Ring, the lore goes on for ages. You actually have to study that shit to be immersed in it. Or not immersed in it, but to fully, be like, okay, yeah, this is the basic gist of what's going on. Because, I mean, a lot of people that beat Elden Ring, they don't know anything about the story. And then also the other side of the coin. A lot of people that play Dredge, they know the entire story. They love it. Such a good game. Love Dredge. Please like, subscribe, comment. Thanks for watching the video. Give me feedback. And thank you. There might be some more watching after this. For, just some gameplay that you guys might want to see. you know, some relaxing gameplay. I don't know. Throw this on while you're playing a game, right? I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and have a nice night for me, day for you.